Hey there, nurses. It is Coach Sean, and I am back with step number 2 in the 5 simple steps to transform your body in record time video series. In step number 2 and step number 3 today, we'll start with step number 2, and we're going to talk about how you got to define your goals, your motivation, and your level of commitment. Alright, so a quick review from yesterday. Remember, in step number 1, you have to learn how to get your metabolism going, and that's the first step that I teach all of my clients. I teach them how to get their metabolism going. And remember, in order to do that, you want to start eating smaller meals every 3 to 4 hours as best as you can to keep your metabolism and keep that fire stoked. Remember, when you do that, it's going to give you a 15% increase in your metabolism every day. You need to start exercising 5 to 6 days a week if your primary goal is fat loss or weight loss. And again, that's going to give you a 25% increase in your metabolism every day. And you need to start performing strength training to help put muscle or maintain the muscle that you have on your body. Remember, muscle is your metabolism. 60% of the calories you burn every day comes from the direct relationship of the amount of muscle on your body. So, step number 2. Now, this is an important step. You need to set goals to keep focusing on track. And it's important that you have what I call guideposts. Because if you're not moving towards something, you're moving backwards. So what a guidepost is, if you think of it as you're driving down the highway, you always see those mile markers to tell you how far you are from your destination. Same thing as we'll talk about guideposts today. We're going to set up some guideposts so that you guys can hit those guideposts and see how far you have to your goals. And that keeps you motivated and keeps you on track. So you constantly need to stay motivated and remind yourself why you are trying to lose weight and get back in shape. So I'm going to talk about what I call the why statement. And then you have to be fully committed to achieve your goals. On a scale from 1 to 10, you have to be fully committed. You got to be a solid 10 if it's going to work for you. If you only come in with like 50% effort, you're only going to get 50% back. So the first step then is you have to take your measurements. Anything that you want to improve on or change, you got to go ahead and measure so that you can actually see, have a baseline to measure improvements from. So what I suggest, and this is typically what we do with my clients, is we get your scale weight, we do your pant size, so we take their blood pressure, we get the tape measurement, and I have them do their waistline, their hips. I teach them how to get their body fat percentage and explain to them why that's so important, their thighs, their arms, their chest, and again, anything else that they want to measure, because again, this gives you a baseline to measure your improvements upon to determine if the program is actually working or not. Step number 2 then is you have to set goals. You need like a long-term goal and then set up the guideposts, the short-term goals. So what I would recommend that you guys do is set a long-term goal for like 6 months. Now let's say your 6-month goal is to lose 25 pounds. That's your long-term objective. What you need to do then is reverse engineer that long-term goal and break it up into short-term 4-week goals. And again, these 4-week goals are what I call your guideposts. So, if you did that, then if your 6-month goal is to lose 25 pounds, your first 4-week goal would be to lose 4 pounds. Now, what you need to do then is every 4 weeks, you need to evaluate if you're hitting those short 4-week goals, those guideposts, because if you're hitting those guideposts consistently every single month, that means you're eventually going to reach your long-term goals. But if you're not hitting your guideposts every 4 weeks, you need to make a modification with your program so that you can eventually hit your long-term goals. Now, the next step then is you need to identify why those goals are important to you. And this is what I call your why statement. And if you guys haven't done so, pause this video really quick and grab a pen and paper. The great thing about these videos now is you can pause them and watch them again. And again, you can watch them a couple times. But I recommend you take some notes because this is powerful information that, again, can change your life. So why are those goals important to you? So you just don't want to tell yourself you want to lose the 25 pounds. You need to identify why that goal is so important, and you need to dig really deep and get emotional with yourself and be honest with yourself. So let me give you some examples. Instead of saying, okay, I need to lose 25 pounds, maybe you need to lose the 25 pounds because you just can't keep up with your grandkids and you want to enjoy the time that you have left with them on this earth, the rest of your life. You want to be able to keep up and have fun with them, and right now you just can't do that. That is something that's emotional and will motivate you. Maybe you want to lose the 25 pounds because if you don't, your doctor's told you that you're going to have to go on blood pressure medication. That is something powerful and will motivate you compared to just saying, okay, I need to lose 25 pounds. Maybe you need to lose the 25 pounds because you're just too embarrassed to be intimate with your significant other and it's affecting your relationship. That is something that will motivate you. Or maybe you need to lose the 25 pounds because you're in a lot of physical pain. Maybe you can't walk up a flight of steps without your knees hurting, or by the time you get to the top of the steps, you can't breathe. Maybe that weight is affecting your career because you just can't move around fast enough like you used to when you were younger to keep up with your busy career. Those are things that are going to motivate you. And I suggest you write this down in a journal before you start your program. Identify why you want to achieve your goals. And then constantly read that. Read it once in the morning and again at night because it'll keep you motivated. All right, so anytime you don't feel like eating correctly, read your why statement. It'll motivate you. Anytime you don't feel like exercising, read the why statement. Again, it'll motivate you. Or anytime you're like in a plateau and you need to get through the plateau, read that why statement. Now, I suggest you write, like 3 to 5 why statements, because if you really think about it, there's probably a lot more than 3 to 5, but 3 to 5 will keep you motivated, and keep you going. So step number 3 then is you need to get fully committed with your program before you start. So you got to sit down and ask yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, how committed are you? So let's say you ask yourself that and you say, okay, I'm a 6 right now. I'm about 60% effort in. Then what you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to do to get higher up on the commitment scale? Well, maybe you don't have time after work, or you're so tired after work that you got to exercise in the morning to get it done consistently. So maybe you're going to go to bed 30 minutes earlier and wake up 30 minutes earlier to get the exercise in. When you do that, then, okay, you're going to exercise in the morning. You ask yourself, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, I was at a 6. Now that I'm going to exercise in the morning, where am I at now? Okay, I'm about an 8 right now. So what do you need to do to get higher up on the scale to be a solid 10? Well, maybe you need to get your husband or your significant other on board with you so they understand that you have to change your nutrition and you have to change your lifestyle so that you can get the results you want, and you have to let them know why this is so important to you. That's why you need to write down that why statement. Okay, you do that, you get your significant other on board with you, you're going to work out in the mornings, then you ask yourself, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, where am I at now? Well, I'm about a 9 now. What do I need to do to be a solid 10? Well, maybe you've tried this before and you just know you need an accountability coach or a coach to give you the correct knowledge how to do it, to give you the support that you get through any obstacles that you're running into, and give you the accountability with the nutrition and the exercise. So let's say you hire a coach like myself, to hold you accountable and give you the knowledge. Okay, you ask yourself, okay, I'm going to work out in the mornings. I've got my significant other on board. I've got a coach. That's going to put me at a solid 10. And you have to be a 10, or again, it will not work. If you only come in, let's say, with 70% effort, you're only going to get 70% back, and you're going to eventually wind up disappointed with your results. Now, when you do this, it works. Here's a past coaching client of mine, Roxanne. She dropped 30 pounds at age, I think she was 63. As you tend to age again, your results are always a little bit slower, but she was able to achieve her long-term goal of 30 pounds in 9 months. So it doesn't matter how, your age, it doesn't matter how much weight you got to lose. When you guys are applying this education that I'm giving you in this video training series, you will achieve your goals. Here's another example. Here is, I'm trying to think of this lady. I always forget her name. Jackie, that's what her name was. She dropped 40 pounds. She was in her mid-40s when she coached with me. So again, she applied all the education that I'm giving you guys, and it worked for her as well. So everything that I'm teaching you guys works. So here's what you learned in step number 2 today, is you need to set goals so that you're moving towards something, and evaluate if your program is working every 4 weeks. Make sure you set up those short-term 4-week goals, what I call guideposts. If you hit your guideposts, you're going to hit your long-term goals. You need to write down your why statements. Identify why those goals are so important to you. Keep them in a journal. Read that journal twice a day. And on a scale from 1 to 10, you got to be fully committed. You got to be a 10. So make sure you get to a 10 before you start your program. So some quick action steps. What you guys want to do with this, what you just learned, take your measurements right now, set a long-term goal, and set up a short 4-week goal in those guideposts. Write down your why statements in a journal, and then get fully committed. You guys can all do this. If you take all these action steps right here, it won't take you longer than 30 minutes. All right, so let me go ahead, and now we're going to move over to step number 3. So let me go ahead and pull this slide up. All right, so step number 3 then in the 5-step system is you need to learn how to design a complete body transformation system, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, this is an important step because most nurses just don't know how to put a complete program together when they attempt to get back in shape because they just don't know how to do it. Now, there's 6 key components that every body transformation system must have. If you leave any one of the 6 key components out, you're eventually going to wind up disappointed with your results. And this type of system that I'm going to teach you today here is for overall general health and fitness and for weight loss. So, the first key component you got to have is proper nutrition. Your proper nutrition program has to include all the essential nutrients to sustain life. It can't, your nutrition program cannot have you cut out or cut back on calories or nutrients like a diet, because that will destroy your metabolism. Remember, nutrition is the foundation of all health and fitness. And remember, I've been doing this now for 21 years, and the only time that I've ever seen in 21 years people run into problems with their bodies is, and have like injuries, or they have physical problems with their bodies, is when they cut back on nutrients and they cut back on calories. You need to fuel your body the proper nutrition to get the results you're looking for. Just think of it like, when you fuel up your car. If your car's on empty, it just won't run. Same thing if you don't fuel your body properly. Your body's just not going to run properly if it doesn't have the right amount of fuel. So, these are the 6 nutrients you have to include. Carbohydrates are your main source of energy. Protein is the main source for building block for the muscles in your metabolism. Healthy fats is essential to sustain life. Women need 10 to 13% body fat to survive. You need vegetables to help keep you healthy, especially with the fiber. Especially that's important for fat loss. And then vitamins and minerals that keep you healthy and keep you strong. Especially to support your immune system, which is really important, what we're going through right now with the coronavirus. Now, when you learn how to eat a proper nutrition plan, again, your energy is going to soar and you're going to feel healthy and happy. So not only is this going to help change your body, it'll help improve your life. Number 2 then is supplementation. What supplementation does, it helps fill the voids in where your nutrition program is lacking. Now, typically these are like meal replacement bars and shakes, multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement, maybe some whey protein, and you do like a cleanse every 12 to 16 weeks. Now, the meal bars and the meal replacement shakes are really important for nurses. You guys have really busy schedules. You don't get a lot of breaks at work. So what's great about these shakes and bars, if you keep a shake at the nursing station, if you put some ice cubes in it, what you can do is when you go by, you got 30 seconds, you can drink the shake. It gives you instant carbohydrates and instant protein. It only takes like 30 seconds to a minute to drink. So instead of chatting with the other nurses at the nursing station, you can drink the shake, and that's going to be an instant meal for you. A lot of my clients keep the meal replacement bars in their uniforms. So what they do is they just break it up into 2 pieces. When they're going from one patient to the next, they have half the meal bar, and then 10-15 minutes later, they eat the other half when they get a chance. So it's something that makes it easy, and it helps you guys fuel your body every 3 to 4 hours. Multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement, again, that just helps keep you healthy. Whey protein. Protein can be a challenge for a lot of people when they're trying to eat the right amount of protein. So if you've ever seen whey protein, it comes in a powder form. And typically like 1 scoop is anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of protein. And what a cleanse does, it just helps clean out your digestive system. And what it does, just washes out all the bad junk you've been eating, over the past few months. So that way when you start eating a good, healthy, proper nutrition program, your body can actually absorb the good food. If you have a lot of junk stuck in your system, again, and you start eating properly, you probably aren't going to be able to absorb the good food. And if you can't absorb the good food, then what's going to happen is you're not going to get the results you're looking for. And I'm not talking about like a hard cleanse. This is just a good herbal, natural cleanse. That's what I recommend to my clients. Now, supplements then again help ensure that your nutrition plan is complete, and it makes it simple and easy to stick with. So again, it helps fill the voids in where your regular nutrition program is lacking. Key component then number 3 then is resistance training. We talked about muscle mass. Remember, this is going to help increase your lean muscle mass, which is going to help increase and boost your metabolism. It'll also give you the firm tone look that you want to achieve. Remember, we just talked about it. Muscle is metabolism, and it helps improve your strength, which is going to help improve your physical capacity. Now, if you're not familiar with the term physical capacity, it's just the ability to perform work easier or better. So if you get stronger, it's going to make it a lot easier to pick up those groceries and walk up the flight of steps to the kitchen. Or it's going to make your career a lot easier because you're going to be stronger when you're, on your feet, for 8 to 12 hours. You're going to have more energy as well. Again, a proper resistance training program then can include like body weight exercises, hand dumbbell exercises, resistant bands, or kettlebells. You don't need an expensive gym membership to be on a good strength training routine. Number 4 then, the 4th key component is aerobic exercise. Now what this does, it helps optimize the fat loss. It's going to help get rid of the body fat that resides on your hips, your buttocks, and your arms. It's going to improve your whole cardiovascular system, which is going to help you live a longer life so that you can be around for your kids and your grandkids and your family. Now, this can be in the form from like walking, jogging, riding a bike, body weight aerobic movements or exercise equipment like a treadmill or an elliptical or a bike at the gym or at your home. body doesn't care as long as you're getting your heart rate up to optimize the fat loss. The fifth key component is a good flexibility program. This helps prevent injury and promotes recovery. You want to make sure you're stretching your whole entire body, and you always want to stretch after your workout. It's alright if you stretch before your workout, but you always want to make sure you're stretching after your workout, because this is going to give you a more of a longer lasting stretch for those muscles, because the muscles are fully warmed up. And then the sixth key component is the coaching part of your program. This is essential. A coach will be your expert feedback system. Remember, a coach is going to give you the correct knowledge how to do it and get all the false information out of your head. He or she will hold you accountable with the exercise and the nutrition and give you the support that you need to get through any obstacles or plateaus that you're running into. Now, exercise and weight loss are bona fide sciences. It could take you guys years and years on your own how to achieve your goals, but not if you have a coach. A coach will cut that time frame down, because a coach has worked with other past clients who are just like you and knows how to get you to go from point A to point B in the fastest amount of time possible. Now, again, when you guys apply all this, it works. Again, it doesn't matter how old you are. Here's a past coaching client, Denise. Her goal was to lose, I think, like 25 pounds. She achieved 22 pounds, so she really got really close to her goals. And she was 70 years young. So again, it doesn't matter how old you are, what kind of nurse you are, how much weight you got to lose. As long as you apply the education, you guys are going to get the results you're looking for. So here's what you learned in the second half of the video today. In order to achieve the results you want to look for, you have to design a complete program. That program has to have the 6 key components for you to succeed: proper nutrition, supplementation, resistance training, aerobic exercise, flexibility, and coaching. If you leave one of these 6 key components out of your program, you're eventually going to wind up disappointed with your results. And remember, a coach is going to help you speed up your results much faster by giving you the knowledge how to do it, holding you accountable with the nutrition and exercise, and giving the support that you need to get through any obstacles. So, today's action steps from this second half of the video. Start designing your body transformation program. Include all of the 6 key components. Remember, the proper nutrition, you need the carbs, protein, healthy fats. Get going on a strength training program. Not like a workout, but an actual program where it's progressive and you're switching up your exercises every 2 to 3 weeks. Start doing aerobic exercise to optimize the fat loss. And remember, all this can be accomplished from the privacy of your own home. And if this confuses you, again, remember, hire a professional to help you. A professional will actually get you guys to achieve faster results because he's trained in help, or he is trained to help other people just like you. Now, in tomorrow's video, then, you guys are going to discover how to take action and get going on your new program. You're going to discover why it's so important to push through for the first 21 days to get in the habit of proper nutrition and exercise. And then I'm going to give you guys some tips and strategies for motivation and to help you get moving in the right direction. Oh, and by the way, again, if you guys are looking to get some help right now and you're enjoying this video series and you want to take that next step and really start moving in the right direction, join my 21-day rapid fat loss program. Again, I hope you guys are excited. And if you want to get some help, join this program. Just click the yellow button below this video and then read the letter on the website there. And if you feel like it's going to be a good fit for you, go ahead and reserve one of the spots. Again, each month I only allow 15 nurses into the program, and they typically go super fast. I've got a lot of people who join my group every month, and a lot of nurses join the program. So if you want help now, click that link below this video and then take some action. And check your email tomorrow morning again around 9 a.m. and watch for the link in the email for the next training video. This is a typo here. Again, we're going to talk about how to take action and how to get through obstacles. So I will talk with you then. I hope you have a fantastic day. And